Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready? Get ready, dog. This be the green light, go. Tires burn the pavement. People wanna know where Mace, Potts, and Dave went. Still here, still in your ear with a style so hot, you'll see where all the sun rays went. Legs, arms, the head, all being moved in a frenzy. The blends be all the right cred, meaning credentials. Best of both worlds when we rockin' over pearls in the instrumental. Are you ready? Set, jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter rock, turn it up. We giving a show, but can you rock it like rocket? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets? Fool. Close in the counter of what kind? Gentlemen. When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever. Sick with the talk, pass to your receiver. All about running the spot. And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather. Cardio kingpin, subjugate the dub play. And you know we can't wait to bring spins. A-star quizzes, A+ the final. Vocals we align, we'll move it all simultaneously over joints we rock. We earn 30 years, so you can say we got 3 turns. Live off the
With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with the Los Angeles Rams. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
Watch the screen. Pass.
There.
This is Chris Carson, 1,000-yard rusher a year ago. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. He's at the 30, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Chris Carson, 79 yards. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead. Well, they said they wanted to have some explosive runs. How about that one to start the game?
And I would say on the defensive sideline, there's a lot to answer for. Because you spend all week saying, stop the run. I don't care who you're playing. You don't want to get run over. You don't want to get run past. And they have both. Over-committing in the secondary, and he just went stepping past them and is still running, essentially.
One play, and he hits pay dirt. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now the third leading rusher in the NFL last year, Todd Gurley. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Solid way to start the drive, 13 yards, picking up the first.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
First down.
20. We're good.
They go play action with Gurley. Now gone. They got a man over the middle. It's Woods. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Robert Woods, his second touchdown on the season. And the Rams are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line.
Tackled by Samson Ebukam.
The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively for 3rd down. Here's Carson. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A tale of two extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works opposite.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. A play fake to Gurley. Now gone. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Fletcher Cox breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7.
3rd and 13.
So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. Now a play fake, and it's gone. And that's knocked away and incomplete. It was Trey Flowers that time who got a hand in and broke it up. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. On 2nd down now. It's Carson. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
They'll run on 1st down. Carson looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Dante Fowler in on the stop.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
On second down, it's Carson. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. To the sack by one of the most consistent D linemen in the game, Gerald McCoy.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
Now this is fielded in the end zone. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Rams will get it at the 20. Goff will lead the Rams up here first and 10 at the 20. A shotgun snap for Goff. And he rifles one incomplete. Gerald Everett is tight end, the intended receiver. And it's second down. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
A good pickup there, 21 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Off play action. Here's Goff. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. To throw is Goff. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. With a sack, it's Ziggy Ansah. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility, the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down, make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. From the gun, here's Goff. Throw left side, complete to Kupp. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down. So on 4th down, here comes Greg Zuerlein to try and get 3 for the Rams. This from 54 yards away. And his kick is absolutely perfect. Zuerlein, of course, last year had likely the iconic field goal of the season, booting that 57-yarder in the Superdome to send his squad to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you really hurt the Saints fans on that one, didn't you?
Sorry.
They didn't want to hear that at all. But But this guy deserves his nicknames. Greg the Leg, Legatron, because the ball goes through the post at a heavy rate, 87% in 2018.
And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
On second down, Wilson eluding the pressure right. To the right side, and he's got more complete. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down. A little risky there when you roll out of that pocket right like he did. You complete the pass, but you don't get anything out of it.
But how many times have we seen when a quarterback exits out of the pocket, doesn't matter whether they go left or right, the defense loses its leverage, right? There's a little chaos back there, and receivers come open. Great discipline on that play. They didn't let that happen and held it to no gain.
And that one results in 35 yards. On first down, Carson. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. On the stop was Aaron Donald. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Credit that sack to Dante Fowler Jr.
Well, no Texas start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a third and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Wilson escaping the pressure right. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's fourth down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Here we go on fourth with Wilson. Flushed out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Dante Fowler. And the Rams get the football in outstanding field position. Well, that, my friend, I guess is the definition of a head-scratcher. Fourth and long, this stage of the game. What were they doing?
I just have to believe that he looked at the situation.
And Gurley here fumbled it. Gurley fumbles the football. It's loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home. The next
touchdown, LA! Brandon Cooks, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Rams add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Here we go.
The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you got this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
They'll roll him out right. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Dante Fowler bringing the pressure yet again. That's his third sack here tonight. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 26. The third quarter starts with a run by Gurley. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
It sure did, and remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think about is protecting the football, not gaining yards.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. Past the 20. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Brandon Cooks. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Rams add on to their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Man, that's trash. That's trash. Check. Run left.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Buying time to his left. He's got a first down past the 30. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a give right side. It's Carson. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
That was well coached and even better executed because you saw him looking for the cutback lane, never materialized, and had excellent pursuit to stack that play up.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there, first down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they get to the end zone real fast.
Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
10 more yards.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the...
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
A pickup of 7 there, but they'll still have 12 yards to go on third down.
Watch the pass.
Here's Wilson. And Brake has it over the middle. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
Stop made there by Gerald McCoy. Well, they knew who to turn to on fourth down. Their horse, they needed the short yardage. He just couldn't get it.
And that's the surprise because normally that's bread and butter for them, right? Hand it to the big guy, let him go, pick up the first down. Didn't get it there. All credit to the defense. Usually, even if they know he's coming, he can't be stopped. And they got it done on that play.
To throw again on second down. Goff. Throw complete right side to Cooks. 22 yards there, a first down. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. There's Goff. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. He was looking to go back to Cooks one more time, but it'll be 2nd down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Goff. Out left, he's got it to Everett. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Now Goff. They got a man. It's Woods. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. 4 touchdown passes now for Jared Goff. And the Rams add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors. But that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. He'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now. 1st and 10 at their own 24. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson sliding out of the pocket. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. Steps away to his left. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That one goes for 30 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation.
And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. David Long, the rookie from West Virginia, there defensively. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 11. Rolling to his right. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Nickel Roby-Coleman, a sack off the corner. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
The Rams take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Goff will lead the Rams up here first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. A little juke, and he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is it
Brandon Cooks. Touchdown, L.A. Brandon Cooks, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Rams add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one? Some revenge, or they just don't like them. But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
They go play action now. Wilson, flush to his right. And it's hauled in by Nick Vannett. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Throwing now, Wilson on first down, eluding the pressure right. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. A big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way, oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw, escaping the pressure right. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
Play action. It's Wilson. He'll buy some time right. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And that will get out of bounds. Lucky there. They keep possession inside the 5.
I don't know about you, but I can hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Flushed out right. He's got the tight end, Vanette. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Dante Fowler able to record his 5th sack of the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Maybe one final chance here to make this a bit more respectable as he'll go for it on 4th and goal. And it's caught, and he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson, he scored on the ground and through the air. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead now down to 20. So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Block 20. 2 for 1. 2 for 1.
Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And he loses the football a second time. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10. They go play action with Wilson. They'll roll him out right. He's going to let it fly. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. David Moore, the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw is Wilson. To throw again. And Brate, the tight end's got it. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining.
Super team. 36 power.
One last shot for Wilson. Now a desperation throw deep. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Aqib Talib. And that will write a finish to this ball game. So the L.A. Rams with a victory here. And maybe more importantly, a victory in the division, which always helps.
And on the road. How about all of that rolled up into one? Because how often do you see division games get decided by this much of a margin?
Yeah, they thumped them.
Yeah, they jumped all over them. And a division game is usually a touchdown or less because these two teams know each other better than most teams in the league. In this case, that didn't hold up. On the road, big margin, big victory. Oh, yeah, that flight home will be good.
So for the Rams, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2-3. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, things aren't looking good. It'll be an 0-5 start. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL.